Hey guys, Ron Onesti from the Arcada here, hanging with, I'll tell you what, one of these hardest rockin' rollers out there, Jesse James Dupree of Jackyl, coming to see us at the Arcada this Friday night. And I got to say, man, you were by us just recently, a few months ago, and people are still walking around, mumbling to themselves, what the heck just happened to me right now? You kill, man, when you come by us.
Well, you got an incredible room. You got one of the premier rooms in the country, and so it's not hard to come in and have a great show. And it's not about coming to see a Jackyl show. It's about coming to be part of the Jackyl show. And that's the one thing that we've always prided ourselves on is people, they bust their knuckles. You know how it is, right? They bust their knuckles 40, 50 hours a week or more, hammering out a living. And when they get ready to jam, they want to do it loud, proud, hard, and honest. And they want to let it out a little bit. And that's what they do with us and have a true rock and roll night.
Well, I'm telling you, nobody sat down. I just love the electricity, love the excitement of your shows, Jess. I mean, you've had me on stage with you. Pretty scary experience, to be honest with you. I mean, what you do with a chainsaw, we want to talk about, but it is far from a massacre. It's a wonderful thing you do on stage. And let me ask you this, though. Give us an idea of what's happening musically on stage. I mean, you got your hits. What else you doing?
The band's been together for so long, and you've seen this because you've had every. I don't think there's anybody that's out on tour that has not played your room, right? And so you get to a point as a band to where it just moves as a unit, and Jackyl's been together for, we're celebrating 30-year anniversary. And
Wow.
But the band is as lethal as it ever has been. And we celebrate those fundamentals of rock and roll every single night. And two guitar, bass, drums, chainsaw, if you will, whatever it takes to get the job done. And what a more definitive instrument for rock and roll than a chainsaw. It's loud, it's aggressive, it's stanky, it's destructive. It's everything that's the definition of rock and roll. So we'll be, not only the lumberjack song, but you got When Will It Rain, Down on Me, Push Comes to Shove. I mean, it's just, there's just so much that we've, been blessed to have, some radio hits with, and as well as just the fact that people love listening to our albums. I just dropped a solo album a week ago Friday.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, and it was Jesse James Dupree's called Breathing Fire. And it is just a slab of rock and roll. And the cool thing about this, Ron, you'll dig, my son's playing drums on it. And
Oh,
and he is an incredible drummer. Roman from Jackyl's playing bass. It's just the three of us. And Nigel, my son, grew up playing drums jamming with Roman. So it's just such a natural thing. But, talking about family, I've got my solo record out. We're playing with Nigel and my best friend Roman, and then Jeff and Chris have got a thing that they're going to be releasing after the first of the year. Jackyl still doing what it does. I mean, we lift each other up, we celebrate each other, and I feel like I've helped raise each one of their kids, and vice versa. We've just been together so long. So when we're on stage, to get back to your question, it just moves as a unit, and I think that coupled with we got the damnedest sounds. I mean, the tones of the guitar and the drums, and
amazing.
yeah, and we got the best sound man. I mean, I'll brag on the guy that really is the glue is Don Tart. He's phenomenal sound man, and when you got a system and a room that sounds like the Arcada, again, it just really peaks. That's when things really come together. And what year was that building built in?
1926. You were just a little puppy back then.
Yeah, I was just a few years old at that point, but this what a beautiful room, and at this point here, you again, I can say that you've probably seen the best of the best and the worst of the
Yeah.
worst, and but the one thing that stands out is those nights that are special between the bands and the crowds, right? I mean, I'm sure you've had incredible bands that have been phenomenal, and they come in, and the people have watched a show, but were they part of it? And that there is a big difference, and we really lean heavy on everybody out there to come in and just be a big part of the night, so we can celebrate what we do together. We all love the spirit of rock, and I don't say it in a hokey way at all. I mean it sincerely. There's you watch the news and try to keep up with all the social do's and don'ts and all that stuff, and it's just, for me, it's an incredible feeling to look out over the crowd and I see what's left of real America every night. And I
Yep.
see people that again, they're busting knuckle working, working individuals that just they're the fiber of what this country stands for.
And that's, one of the things, again, what I love about your shows, and that's why we invite you back time and time again. Your I Love America stuff, we're all about that too. The words you use when you describe, your music, a slab of rock and roll. This music is lethal. I mean, I love that, the way you approach it. And I think you said it best, Jess, when you talk about the audience truly being a part of the show, feeling the music, singing back and forth, talking back and forth. You really involve the audience. We're really, really excited to have you. I'm telling you, Jackyl is up there with one of our favorites at the Arcada. So it's this Friday. Come see Jesse James Dupree and the boys. And I love the solo thing. That's something that's happening more and more these days, Jess, as you know, these power trio kind of approaches is really, really getting more and more popular. So it's really cool that you've taken on that approach with regards to your solo project.
Yeah, well, the one of the things that I'm celebrating also with the release of the Breathing Fire album is that there's about a third of the album that I co-wrote with Brian Johnson, the lead singer of AC/DC.
Wow.
And just what a phenomenal guy he is. And, nobody in AC/DC ever works outside of their band. So it's a big honor for me to have Brian trust me and bond with, with the spirit that we had with this record, and for him to participate in writing the songs and all. It's really cool.
Well, I can't tell you, we are excited, brother. I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving, and then come see us Friday night at the Arcada. Celebrate, be thankful for your rock and roll. Celebrated on Friday night with Jesse James Dupree and the boys from Jackyl at the Arcada. Love you, brother. Safe travels. Happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you Friday.